Hi everyone, I'm Chris, this is Katie, and we're from Zest24, and today we're going to talk to you about food intolerance testing and what it's all about. Katie, why are we taking the test today?
So, Chris and I have both suffered from symptoms that can be linked to food intolerances. In the past, I've done tests that aren't quite as extensive or as accurate as the Lorisian blood test, and I want to finally get to the bottom of all my symptoms and hopefully be able to cut out those foods and see big benefits.
So, some of the symptoms that you might have experienced, or that we certainly have experienced, would include things like
bloating,
farting,
IBS,
headaches,
things like tiredness or really low moods,
constipation, stomach cramps, you know, the normal kind of things that you would experience. But it can also have an effect on your mood as well. There's a huge amount of serotonin receptors in the gut, and it can really play a part into whether you feel, you know, depressed or happy or, you know, that kind of thing. So
it can even cause things like your asthma, your sinusitis, rhinitis, eczema. So there's a whole host of things that it can contribute to that you may not even be aware of.
It also has an effect on your weight and can cause weight gain and indeed prevent weight loss. So it's really worth exploring if you think that you might be suffering. Don't forget, about 45% of the country have a food intolerance of some description. At Zest24, we've teamed up with Lorisian, who are Europe's largest food intolerance testing company, and they've got over 35 years of experience. So we're going with the best to give you the best result.
So the Lorisian blood test tests for lots of different foods that you may be intolerant to. Obviously, there are different options, so go to our website if you want to find out which package is suitable for you and which foods you will be tested for. The 200 plus is the most extensive, but bam! And tests for the largest different varieties of food. So if you want to get the most accurate results and be tested against the most amount of foods, opt for that one. Yes, this is an investment, but for somebody like me who has been suffering for quite a few years now, I find sometimes I don't want to go out in social situations, or it can get a little bit embarrassing sometimes if you're with other people and you eat a food that you are intolerant to. It's an investment, but it's worthwhile, because if I can stop all of those symptoms for good, then obviously that would be the dream. So I'm willing to do it because I want to get to the root of the problem, and if it's stopping you from losing weight, then it's worth it.
Yes. Well said.
Right, so
okay, let's get on and do the test, shall we?
Just bam. So here's what the pack includes. You've got this beautiful little box here. Pop it open.
Wow.
Okay, so inside the box we have got a little bit of an instruction pack here.
I'll do that while you do the next bit.
Okay, my beautiful assistant, old assistant. And just a little bit of important info, nobody cares about that one.
Step-by-step instructions, nice and easy. 2
of the blood sample things. Wands, thank you. Because we are testing for the most amount of food ingredients, so they need 2 samples from us. They give you 2 of the little prick things in case you mess up with the first one, which, let's be honest, I
per sample, per one, so you get 4 in total.
Yeah, with the 200 plus test kit. You also get this swanky pen.
Yeah, you can keep that.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then you get your little envelope, so you don't have to pay for postage, which is brilliant. And you're going to pop that all back into the envelope, and you'll send it off to the Lorisian lab for testing. So in the kit, you're going to get 2 lancets, a blood test wand to absorb your blood, a little plaster to protect your little boo-boo afterwards, and an alcohol wipe just to wash your finger before you do the test.
Let's get it over and done with. Okay, so I'm going to wipe my finger with the alcohol wipe, like so, Exhibit A. And then we have to get one of these little lancets. You twist the end off, and it breaks out, leaving the pin inside. Then we put it against the finger, we squeeze.
Ow!
And start to soak it up, use the lancet. Other end. Try and get as much on it as possible. We've got to do 2 of them. Really soak it up as much as you can. Put it away. And that's simple as that. Pop it on. Done.
So, blood sample taken, plaster on, boo-boo. And guys, I just want to say, I have a fear of needles. I faint all the time at that kind of thing. It was absolutely fine. It genuinely does not hurt. It just makes you jump a little bit. But I promise you, it's fine.
They do jump a little bit.
Yeah. This guy over here is tough.
Yeah.
Manly.
Just saying. But yeah, put everything that came in the kit back inside the box. send this in the envelope, and then yeah, we'll send you your results. So that's it. Really simple, really easy, no complications at all. We'll send off for our results, and we'll come and let you know what they are. Fingers crossed, it's not yogurt.
Or Nutella.
Yeah, or garlic, or beer,
Peanut butter.
or red wine,
Cake.
or exercise would be a good one to be allergic to.
Men. So the results are in. We have them emailed to us. We sent our test off on Monday, right?
Yeah.
And the same Thursday we got them back, so it's taken about 3 days.
Really quick.
Drum roll, please. Cow's milk and egg yolk. No, egg white. Egg yolk, I'm borderline intolerant to. So basically there's two different profiles. There's the food that you should absolutely cut out, and then there's the foods that are borderline intolerances. You can try cutting them out and see if your symptoms improve. So, on borderline, I have got gluten, wheat, yeast, and egg yolk. And then the ones I've really got to cut out are cow's milk and egg white. Chris?
So I was also cow's milk. That was my main intolerance. My borderline was cashews, nori, sunflower seeds. A bit disappointed about those two. I had gluten in there as well. We'll put the results up on the screen, but yeah, some really interesting results, some really clear results, and gives us a real good starting point going forwards. And looking forward to the next 6 weeks where we're trying to cut those food groups out. And looking forward to introducing new recipes and introducing new flavours and flavour combinations. So
yeah, so we're going to be
really positive about this.
We're going to be really strict about it. We're going to read the ingredients on every different food item, because you'd be so surprised.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you know that cow's milk's actually in crisps?
Yeah, and in Alpen and things like that. In lots of whey proteins. So.
And for me personally, I thought that yeast was just something that you found in bread, but actually it's not. It's also in things like wine, white wine vinegar, it's in stock cubes of all things. So you've really got to read the labels of everything, because you never know what foods might be in there and it could be causing your symptoms.
I used to eat yoghurt every day for breakfast with, believe it or not, cashews and sunflower seeds and other bits and pieces. So I'm going to have to come up with a whole new breakfast. But there are other alternatives to dairy yoghurt out there, so I can always figure that one out quite easily. Or just try something new altogether, you know, perhaps quinoa for breakfast, perhaps smoked salmon, do more eggs, that kind of thing. So, yeah, loads of options here. Ben & Jerry's even do a dairy-free ice cream. I'm getting on that. And it is quite funny because, Chris, you said the one food that you wouldn't want to be intolerant to was yoghurt because you eat it every day, and mine was Nutella. And obviously there's cow's milk in yoghurt and Nutella, so we have to cut those out. But like we said, there are These alternatives. Are happy tears.
But actually, it's more important that we stop these symptoms and we start feeling good about ourselves again. Yeah. So I'm really excited. Yeah, absolutely. For many years, we've been eating foods that we're clearly intolerant to, with quite a big reaction. And we don't really know the full extent of the side effects. So the next 6 weeks is going to be really interesting. Now, if there is a food that you suspect is causing you symptoms of an intolerance and you've been cutting it out, if you then take a blood test and send it off to the lab, it may not show on your blood test that you are intolerant to it. So we would recommend not cutting any foods out before you take the blood test, just so we can be 100% sure that it's going to show up on your test if you are intolerant to it. So our next video, we will explain to you how the 6 weeks has gone, if we've found that we've seen an improvement in our symptoms, if we've lost any weight, if we're feeling less bloated, etc, etc. So we will give you an update, we'll let you guys know how it's gone and what we found out. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We put out lots of workout videos, other information on food intolerances, and all things health and fitness. So stay tuned because we will be putting out more. Thanks, guys!
See ya!